When it rains, it pours. And for the 1995-96 Ohio State Buckeyes, losing to Tennessee in a soggy Citrus Bowl was a gut punch.
We needed to score touchdowns to beat this fine Tennessee football team. They're a real fine offensive team. And as it turned out, we didn't get the job done.
The Buckeyes were playing for redemption after a disappointing loss to Michigan that ended a perfect season and a shot at a national title.
We felt really good and confident heading into the game. In lieu of their talent, we believe that we're more physical, we're better prepared, and we had a chip, an axe to grind losing to Michigan. So we get there. The weather's crappy.
The weather put a damper on field conditions, so Tennessee panic ordered cleats to help with footing in soggy conditions.
Tennessee ordered some cleats from a company in Cookeville, Tennessee, and they screwed up the order and they sent Tennessee soccer cleats. The soccer cleats were a little bit longer than football cleats, and they were longer than regulation football cleats.
Jimmy Hyams has covered the Vols for 40 seasons and said 19 players wore them, but only 8 played in the game.
A couple of cornerbacks, a couple of receivers, a couple of defensive linemen.
On a couple of comeback routes and deep outs, Terry Glenn slipped, and Terry Fair kept his balance.
Former defensive back Ty Howard was focused on having one of the best games of his career. But he did recall a moment of cleat controversy tackling Vols receiver Joey Kent.
I had hit him, and I knocked him over, and he rolled over. And when he rolled over, just ironically, his leg and cleat hit Dr. Kading in the knee, and Dr. Kading was protecting himself, and he had reached down to move his knee, and he kind of caught Joey's cleat, and Joey's laying there was like, and he kind of snatched his foot away and was like, get off my foot, what are you doing? And he's calling the ref over saying, hey, look at their cleats, they're illegal. But as a player, you're like, well, who cares if they have an inch, longer spike? It wasn't that big of a deal.
But the illegal cleats were a big enough deal that after the Vols' 20-14 win, the coaching staff had to testify before an ethics committee.
The head coach went before the committee, and the equipment manager, Roger Frazier, went before the committee, and they had to testify that basically it was an honest mistake.
An honest mistake that has stuck with Buckeye fans and former players, including Heisman winner Eddie George.
I'm interviewing Eddie George, who played for the Titans, and he's in Knoxville. And so as I'm interviewing, he said, hey, by the way, Tennessee cheated. They wore those long cleats against us, or they wouldn't have beat us in the Citrus Bowl. So he brought it up out of nowhere.
The Vols may have had a slight competitive advantage, but Ty Howard said if it were no rain and all shine, it would have been a better result for the Buckeyes.
Again, I'm not going to call the Volunteers cheaters, right? Because I respect the program. However, you put us on a neutral field again without the rain. We win that game.